The almighty Prince Vegeta!
What's good, people? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today I'm going to be going over my top 10 best units in Dragon Ball Legends right now before Legends Fest. But I am not alone today. I am joined by Rey de los Mexicanos. What's poppin', papi?
What the fuck? What the hell?
I've been doing my research, papi.
Oh, okay, that's cheating. Yeah, that this guy
What's poppin', homie?
was popping.
Alright, so yeah. Usually when I do either a tier list or a top 10 or something, I drag his bum ass in here to help me with it. So yeah, so I'm just going to jump straight into it. So starting off at number 10, I do indeed have Super Saiyan Trunks, LF Trunks. Probably a little bit controversial because individually he is a pretty good unit, but I'll let you talk about him, Vare, because I don't have him. But just briefly, it's hard with him because he is so good individually, but he gets cucked, right? He gets like seriously cucked by Cooler, and his teams aren't like the greatest right now. You can still use him fine, you can use him in leader slot or whatever, but I just feel like he's in the future. I can see him being a lot higher in this list, but as of right now, I'd only really have him at 10. But yeah, I mean, you have him, you've used him, you know, with your whale ass. So
What the fuck did you say? You said wet?
whale ass, whale.
This dude. But yeah, I mean, he's basically just a combo machine. It's just the fact that he's a Super Saiyan that kind of cooks him. And then, like, his main team, which, you know, you want it to be hybrids because of the equipment situation. All of those dudes are, like, Super Saiyans, like, every single one of them. So they're automatically cooked. And then, his other team, Future, which is still, you know, it's still pretty good for him. They're just in the spot where they're not really excelling in anything, if that makes sense. Like, they're all good, but none of them are really, like, cool or like ultra Broly level type stuff, you know what I mean? Like, droids are there, he's there, and then like Cell. That's like the best lineup, I think, on Future. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. Or VB, whatever. Shut up. But you know, it's just there for a beat stick. He was type neutral. He's just decent. It's good. It's just the fact that he's a Super Saiyan that kind of cooks him, to be honest.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Alright, so apologies for having the Pokemon trailer there. What game even is that? I don't even know. Probably Arceus, I think. Wait, is Arceus the one that you played with Virgil? With Verge?
Wait. Did I?
The one where you're running around fucking, like, and you actually have to throw the Pokeball at them and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that trailer's fucking in the background. Alright, so number 9 might be a little bit controversial because, as always, the community have gone into sheep mode and they're just continuing to hate on this guy, but Dragon Fist is still a good unit, man. He's still top 10 worthy for sure. I mean, his team is still the best team in the game. His gauge, I don't know why people act as if his gauge is so hard to fill. The guy literally gets 2 entries of type neutral, of cover null, sorry, and it's so easy to get his gauge with him. He has card draw speed as well, so like I don't see the problem. And once his gauge is filled, pop that ultimate, it's pretty much a one-hit KO on most units in the game, even now. So, I mean, I can see why some people would kind of not think he's as good anymore, and he's kind of fell off post-boost, but still does consistent damage. He's never been a tank. He doesn't need to tank. I mean, Cooler's the best unit in the game. He doesn't tank very well, but I think it's harsh to say that he's fell off. Not as good as he was when he had boost, for sure, but I think it's harsh. Would you agree? Obviously, he's not a Super Saiyan as well, so he doesn't get cucked by Cooler, whereas Trunks does. I do think Trunks is better individually. Like, his kit has more to it.
Yeah.
But as of right now, October 2022, I just don't think you can put Trunks above Dragon Fist when Trunks is literally a liability to his whole team and Dragon Fist isn't.
Yeah, I can see that. It's just one of those things. Like, I still think Dragon Fist can. I don't think you guys understand how good his main ability is post gauge, bro. Like, that can literally like change the entire game. Like, you could be losing, and then you set the main ability, like, you still have a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
I think like the community's gone into sheep mode again, and he's just been victimized. There's always one unit, right, that just gets victimized, and right now it's him. But yeah,
True.
that's just our opinion. Got him at 9. Then moving up to 8, we do indeed have LF Cell. I hope Jehuti doesn't watch this video, man. I hate praising this guy. So I know Jehuti's just going to get a fucking boner. But, yeah, Perfect Cell pretty much been a top 10 staple for the last... How long? When did he get his plat? How long has he had his plat now? It's got to be like 4 or 5 months now, right? Surely 6 months?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so staple in the game. There's only really one yellow unit in the game right now that can even do too much damage to him. Obviously that being USV, but there's so many reds in the meta right now where you don't really see too many yellows, in all honesty. I mean, you see Super 17 sometimes if you're not seeing USV, but that guy he's good. He's alright, Super 17, but you can deal with him easily, so... Yeah, I do think Cell doesn't really have many counters right now. He's obviously not a Super Saiyan, which is crazy to say it for every unit, like, oh, he's not a Super Saiyan, but it matters a lot if you're a Super Saiyan in this meta right now, because you just get cucked to fuck. But yeah, Cell, Dragon Ball manipulation, very good on powerful opponent, good on future, card draw speed, hits really hard. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing we say every tier list with Cell, but very, very good unit still. Anything you want to add for Cell?
I mean, he's aged pretty well. It's like his plat is like one of the best plats in the game. The Dragon Ball manipulation is still really good on the cover. Yeah, I mean, he's just good. Really good.
Yeah, what more can you say? So moving up to 7, we have LF Margin Vegeta, my boy. So when he first dropped, he got kind of slept on a little bit, let me not lie. Even all the big guys like Goresh slept on him a little bit, said, oh, he's good, but he's not great, like blah, 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 blah. The guy, once you pop that main ability, bro, that blue card is just, mwah, beautiful, papi.
What the fuck?
Alright, so MV, the best counter to Cooler in the game right now, isn't a Super Saiyan, tanks very well. How many greens are there in the meta right now? There's Dragon Fist, Trunks, that's about it. So,
yeah,
not too many great greens. There's 2 in the top 10, and they're at the lower end of the top 10, as you can see. So, doesn't get countered too much, isn't a Super Saiyan. His blue card is just immaculate. He's very good at countering UI as well, obviously does more damage to Goku's, and he has type advantage over him. The only thing with MV is just lacking a team, that is it. All he needs is a team. If Saiyans get like a busted unit during first, which they most likely are, then a Saiyan team potentially, he could be really good on that. If Vegeta clan maybe one day, hopefully, not holding my breath because we don't get shit, gets something, then, I mean, like, he's at 7 and he doesn't even have a team right now, so it just goes to show how good he is. But yeah, what do you think about MV?
I'm gonna be real with you, bro. The only reason I'd be seeing him like this much is just because of Cooler. Like, he's literally just the hard counter to Cooler. Because, you know, he's not a Super Saiyan, type advantage, highest defensive stats in the game. If you guys don't know, by the way. He pretty much walls off Cooler in like every single aspect. It's just the fact that everybody and their moms runs, you know, Vegeta and then they add Trunks, and then because Trunks is a Super Saiyan, Majin Vegeta gets cucked because, you know, Cooler comes in type neutral. But if you're fighting like Majin Vegeta, damn, what do you even like run into him like with? Like, what do you like when you see him? Like, what do you see with him? Like Tapion?
He doesn't have a set team. Because I mean, you're not going to run Majin Buu Saga, right? You're not going to run that.
Exactly.
Because you're going to run him with USV, who is a Super Saiyan, so you'll get cucked either way there. So you're going to run him on like leader slot on movies or something with like Cooler and Tapion or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's so good, man. If he had a team, he'd probably be in the top 5 right now, I think. Like, as of right now, just because of Cooler and how often you see him. But yeah, 7. Moving up to 6, we have MUI. I'll let you chat about MUI because I've spoke about the last few. So yeah, MUI at 6.
I feel like I only put him this high, to be honest with you guys. It's just because of the introduction of like Broly's Gauge and the fact that MUI is not a Super Saiyan. I was thinking number 5, to be honest, but you know, I feel like it's interchangeable because, you know, USV has his arguments or whatever. But like MUI's Gauge, bro, it's actually pretty good when you're fighting Broly. Because if you guys don't know, I mean, most of you guys know by now, but like Broly's taking away your Vanish on the Gauge and stuff. And MUI, since he has access to his own, type of gauge, he can just play like normal, pretty much. Like, bro, he's like, you have no vanish? Okay, bro's gonna chuck, a blast cord at you, and you have your gauge, like, you're chilling. And you can stall, and I feel like that's the only reason why I even put him this high. He still does nice damage. He tanks relatively decently. He doesn't cuck your team, because he's not a Super Saiyan. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it for him.
Yeah, can't disagree too much there. Obviously has the 2 cover changes as well, come in really handy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, can't disagree with that. MUI, solid unit still. Moving up to 5. This motherfucking idiot spoiled it. We've got USV. So, Var can't see the screen right, so I'm basically revealing them one at a time. But, fucking motherfucker. But yeah, so USV at 5. Even though he has like 3 counters to him right now, 3 red units. So obviously MUI, droids can nullify endurance on rush. So if droids rush him, he's just dead. Plus obviously he's 17, it does a lot of damage to him. And then Cooler, the main one, who just absolutely wrecks him. If you face Cooler with USV, not only are you cucking your team, but if Cooler lands literally like 1 strike and then like an ult, USV is pretty much dead. Unless you've got him at 14 and he's just got like a fully tanked out setup. But outside of that, it just goes to show how good he is for him to have 3 counters in the meta right now and he's still this high. If there was no Cooler, I'd probably still have him at 2 or 1, in all honesty. Because he's so good, he does everything. He can go type neutral in different ways. He can get cover nullification. I know it's kind of hard to get it with him because you have to land his counter, but he can still get it. His card draw speed is nuts. His key recovery is nuts. Only probably second to Broly, I'd say. His counter's really good for stalling too. Gets his gauge back on his main ability as well. So, yeah, he just does everything, bro. It's just a shame that he gets cucked so bad by Cooler. But that was the whole point of Cooler coming out, right? Like, him and USG, Fusion Warriors, they were the best team in the game. Saw them all the time. Cooler was brought out as an option against those. As the solution against those, sorry. And it's kind of similar to what happened to Hybrids in 2021, where they just dropped LF Cell, and then Hybrids just basically just got eliminated. They've kind of done it with USV, but because of how good they made him, he's still viable. So, yeah, USV at 5. Do you still use USV, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, actually, no, ever since Broly, I just using Broly, bro.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I remember bringing Broly. It's like I've been putting Broly on the leader slot, bro. Like,
yeah, that's fair enough. Can't blame you. All right, moving up to 4, we have droids. So I pretty much went off on USV there, so you can go off on droids if you want.
oh, well, I mean, droids are droids, bro. They're busted. They're probably the most oppressive units in the game besides Cooler, to be honest with you. There's just, if they have a green card, bro, like you might as well put your phone down because you're going to get combo for like a minute, to be honest with you guys. Like, then we're just going to cover changes. I mean, actually, unless you have Broly, then you're chilling. But if you don't, you're pretty much screwed. They get cards from cards. They get key. They just be doing everything, bro. Like tag swapping mechanics. Destroying Dragon Ball, giving key, giving cards, giving card out speed. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, 18 removes your gauge as well the first time she pops it. Like, they literally do everything. They don't even take too much damage considering. Like, you'd think with how much they do offensively, you'd think they were so weak defensively, but they're not. They're actually not. So, yeah, plus they're obviously not Super Saiyans. The only thing with them, once again, is they're red, Cooler's red. Cooler is better than them at the moment. They're both, like, outside of Future, which is their main team. Their other team is Powerful Opponent. And Cooler is the red there. So, kind of similar to MV. Not quite as bad, because MV literally has no teams at all. You just run him in leader slot. But they're kind of... If they had, like, one more really good team, then maybe... Actually, no, I still don't think they're in 3, just because of the team. Like, the top 3 are literally on the exact same setup and the exact same team, so... But yeah, still really super solid unit. Moving up to 3, and we have USG, Ultra Super Gogeta. So, this guy, coming up to a year old. What is he, like 9 months old at this point? 9, 10 months old? 10 months old. Yeah. 10 months old by this point. And just simply has not aged a day. has not aged. From the day he lost boost all the way up to now, he literally has not aged a day. Such a good unit. His abilities just don't age. The lock-in, type neutral, cover nullification, everything he has, even though his kit is so simple, literally just strike, green card, cover null, get the blue card from popping his gauge, heals up. Like, it's so simple what he does, but he's so effective. Plus he obviously has 2 ultimates as well, one of the only units in the game to have that. Trunks has it as well, but he doesn't have supreme damage, so that's not quite the same. But yeah, USG on the best team in the game right now as well. And he doesn't even have boost. That's the scariest thing. He does not even have boost. Like, post boost, he could even be number 1. Like, easily, he could be number 1. Depending on how well Cooler and Broly do post boost. But yeah, he's that guy. He's that guy, pal. He's that guy. Your thoughts on USG?
I mean, pretty much what you said. I don't really have anything else to add.
Yeah, I did my job, puppy. I did my job. Alright, moving up to 2. And I'm not going to say a word on this, bro. You just go off.
Yes, sir. Yeah, fuck off, motherfucker. Alright, boys. Strap in, because I ain't about to go in. Alright, so I feel like bro, he's just... This one was saying USG's that guy? Nah. This that guy. This guy, bro, I feel like he has the best...
Okay, we just had some technical difficulties, my bad. Luckily, the difficulties happened while I was just about to talk about Broly, so yeah, just continue. Sorry, bro. So, yeah, I'm gonna fuck off. Your thoughts on Broly?
Yes, sir. But yeah, you guys can blame Joku's girl, over here interrupting shit. But, yeah, I mean, Broly's just that guy, bro. Like, I feel like he is the best defensive mechanic. Like, obviously, he's still getting shredded by Well, I guess shredded is a strong word, but if you're fighting a Cooler, obviously he's going to do that. Like, oh my god, the most oppressive unit in the game who does extra damage to Super Saiyans, is oh my god, is doing damage to a Super Saiyan. Like, it's not going to be a fucking good shocker. But if you're fighting, like, everybody else, dude, like, he can tank the hits pretty well. And then even if he doesn't tank the hit, like, those that one hit specifically, like, if it fills up your gauge, you're still going to heal a portion of it. And then even if they are trying to combo you and you throw him into the combo, you're either one, gonna eat the combo, fill up your gauge, and then debuff them, so you're taking away their vanish, their ki, their Dragon Ball, their everything. Or you're gonna activate one of your cover changes and then set it back to neutral. So then you're chilling. And then there's those times where you can set up his gauge to the point where it's almost about to fill up, but like you activate one of your cover changes, you pop a green, boom. They literally can't do anything from that point, unless they have like a rush, unless it's like your second time popping the gauge. That's why I put a lot of emphasis on the first gauge, if that makes sense. But yeah, man, and the fact that you could pair him up with the Cooler, but him and Cooler are literally best friends, dude. Like, Cooler just blocks all of Broly's weaknesses, and then Broly blocks all of Cooler's weaknesses, essentially. Because if you guys don't know, like, Cooler's still relatively squishy, because, everybody in their moms is squishy now, pause. But like Broly being there can cover for Cooler pretty well, and then Cooler is just there doing Cooler things. It's just, and then you can pair him up with USG, you can pair him with the Revive Fawn. Like, there's just a lot of options. But there you go. There goes my synopsis.
And he's the only unit in the game as of right now that can stop the android's green card.
Oh yeah, there you go.
The only one. The only unit that can cover change that green card. So...
Or Purple Bojack.
He can do that as well. Oh yeah, of course he... Yeah, but come on. Purple Bojack. I'd love that guy to get a Zenkai though, I can't lie. But...
Yes, sir. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, no, Broly... Broly is just... He's a great unit, man. How people were sleeping on him when he first dropped is just like the biggest cope I've ever seen. The biggest cope ever.
I forgot to mention, but I think actually Broly's the best like 1v1 character, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Like, bro, they hit you, boom, dude. Like, they have no vanish after that combo. They better kill you in that one combo. Like, if they don't, guess what? By the time they finish that combo, you have double Carter speed. You have the highest key recovery in the game, by the way. If you guys don't know. Like 180% just flat out from the kit. And it's just wild.
Yeah. Broly number 2. And then obviously, number 1, Mr. Oppressive himself, Mr. Red Rectangles. Like, this guy is just a joke. To start off, his lock-in is the most OP mechanic in the game right now. It is unlimited. It's not like he can lock you in once or twice. He can do it constantly. He comes in, lands 1 strike on you, then either he can rush you, he can land his ult, or he can just do 3 consecutive strikes without you being able to even cover change. He gets cover nullification on his main ability. He draws a strike card every time your opponent switches, and your opponent pretty much has to switch when facing Cooler because of how much damage he's doing per card. He gets 10 counts of neutral on every entry when he's faced against a Super Saiyan opponent, and your opponent doesn't even have to have them out. If they've just got a Super Saiyan on their team, he's neutral against everyone, which just completely cucks the rest of the team because of how much damage Cooler does. He has blast armor on absolutely everything, which goes well with his green card because it's a stop time green. The guy is just ridiculous, man. By far one of the most oppressive units I have ever used. And on top of that, not only is he the best unit in the game, he's also on the best team in the game. Tapion, USG, Broly, Dragon Fist, there's so many great units on movies. Revival Gohan as well if you want to go with a Revival unit. So yeah, like Cooler is by far the best unit in the game right now, and I can't even see him going anywhere below, let's say, top 3 by the end of Legends Fest. He's that good. So yeah. Anything you want to add?
He's stupid. I agree. There's like the one time I be saying this, but like, I agree full-heartedly with what Gresh said, bro. Like, Cooler's like one of the most stupidly designed characters, while Broly's like one of the best designed characters. In terms of like the game's health type shit.
Yeah, I can see that. So, yeah, anything more you want to add? Any honorable mentions or anything you want to throw in?
I think I'm just gonna mention Futuron, just because the fact like, bro, he's a yellow Super Saiyan, and then Cooler still can't like one combo him sometimes. But like, you know, that's like the only thing, to be honest.
Yeah, he does tank pretty well, to be fair, Futuron now. Do you think he's better than Tapion or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fair enough. So yeah, that's the top 10. So Cooler 1, Broly 2, USG 3, Droids 4, USV 5, MUI 6, MV 7, Cell 8, Dragon Fist 9, and LF Trunks 10. Now, obviously, as Goresh likes to say, this is like Goresh's new catchphrase, this is only a snapshot of the meta. So, as of next week, or this big announcement that they have, this could all change. They could bring out a mega cuck for Cooler, and this whole list changes. All the Super Saiyans that got booted out could move up, etc., etc. So the game is very volatile, and things change very quickly. But as of right now, pre-Legends Fest, October 2022, this is our top 10. If you don't know Vare, the man, the myth, the Mexican king himself, be sure to go over, drop him a sub. He's almost at 8k subs. The man, he's going to be at 10k soon. Hopefully get there before Christmas, papi, see?
Yes, sir.
See. So, yeah, go over and follow Var, drop him a sub, all that good stuff. Great content creator, my homie. Var, anything you want to add?
Yeah, don't listen to this British bastard. You gotta sub to his specific channel first, because the dude isn't even at 1k yet, because he is slacking. So pick up his slack and do the thing. Subscribe, get his ass 1k, get his British ass, so he won't have to delete another Twitter account.
Oh, see, thank you, papi. See. But yeah, that is our top 10 best units in the game right now. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.